Good morning, everybody. Good evening. Good night. I keep forgetting. So I switched out my chair so I actually sit. I like the way I'm sitting. Let me correct that. There we go. So it's tea time. I am geeking out with a very old school Batman mug with some nice black tea and a generous helping of golden blossom honey because you can't always have artificial sweetener. Last night we came into work and they were like, "We got good news and bad news." I was like, "All right, give me the bad news first. Like, we already have a patient set up for you to transport." I'm like, we haven't even started our shift yet." And they said, "That's okay because it's going to Melbourne." And I was like, "Where the fuck is Melbourne?" They're like, "It's the other side of the state." I'm like, "So we're going coast to coast with this patient?" They're like, "Yeah." And me and my partner Jim were there, standing there, because James wasn't there yet, and we just jumped for joy because we both love going out of county. Where we go from, and it was fun. It was 166 miles to the other side of the state. It took 3 hours. I don't know why I did it, but I had two big Mountain Dews before I actually came into work because I didn't assume that we were going to be going to the other side of the state. So that was fun. After the 2 hour mark, I was really unhappy. I felt like I was going to pee myself. Totally open in the vlog. I'm not gonna lie. He was a nice guy. He actually lives over there, somewhere over there. Not exactly in Melbourne, I think. And he got trapped over here, so they arranged transport for him. It was really nice. Jim and James were in the back with him talking about beer and different kinds of liquor and whiskey. Yeah. And then Jim and James went biking today. They went to the Alafaya Trail, and James has a nice set of scrapes and scars and gashes on his left rib cage over here because he hit a tree. So I'm definitely gonna bring the camera with me tomorrow, Monday, so that way I can vlog that. That should be fun. He's gonna probably regale me with the story of how he hit a tree without even having to aim. Oh, someone's here. Someone's visiting. Yeah, so that was all kinds of fun. And then we ended up getting back, and this old lady, she called 911 because she was sleeping and she felt something bite her foot. And our first thoughts are, you probably dreamed it. So, and Jim was like, it's probably what is it? He had me look it up. St. John's, St. Peter's, St. John's, St. George's, St. Peter's syndrome. And what that syndrome is your body can react violently to different kind of medications or different situations. And in this instance, if you take an antibiotic and your body's allergic to it, you'll start breaking out red or purple rashes. But it's so severe that your skin starts to boil, starts getting boils all over, and then your skin kind of like decays and just slops off of you. And if you actually have that syndrome, it is like the worst fucking thing I've ever heard of. Like, you can never take that medication again. It's apparently very prevalent with antibiotics. So luckily the lady didn't have that. I mean, it looked like a giant spider bite. And we walked into the hospital, and the hospital was like, "Oh, is that the toe pain?" We're like, "No, this is the possible spider bite." "Okay, so was she doing a lot of walking?" And the bite was like raised and purple, and it was on the top of her foot. And the first thing out of my mouth was, yeah, she was military crawling from the bed to the toilet because she didn't want to get taken out by snipers, and that's how it happened. And we left the hospital, and they were still trying to convince us that it was not a spider bite or any kind of bite, and it was just from trauma. Sometimes the nurses are idiots. I did nothing today. I got home, I was like, I'm gonna do stuff. I'm kind of awake. I had some coffee. I was like, I'm gonna do stuff. And then me and Lexi laid down. We were watching Blue Bloods, and we just passed out. Well, I passed out. I don't think she passed out because I found toys on the bed with me, and they weren't there when I started out. I also found a lot of fluff because she likes to eat her toys. So she ate her early Christmas present, which was that little rope thing with the rabbit head on it that squeaked. Yeah, she ate all the fuzz out of that and took the squeaker out. I can definitely tell she's my dog because when I was a kid, I would take apart my toys, but eventually I got good enough to put them back together, and she hasn't figured that part out yet. You can see her walking back there. Lexi. There she is. So my mother is in Orlando this weekend. And she initially told me, I want to go over to Grandma and Grandpa's this weekend, so that way we can take some of his tools and help clean the house out. Because he's got his room, because my grandparents actually sleep in different rooms because my grandfather is on CPAP, and the CPAP machine is ungodly noisy. I don't know why. He's had 2 CPAP machines. This one is just like so noisy. No matter what you do, you can't make it quiet. So he has to sleep in the other side of the house because she can't sleep with it. It's that bad. But his room is littered with tools because he just keeps bringing them in the house and does nothing with them. He just fills his room up with tools. So I wanted to go up. Well, I didn't initially want to go up, but she asked me if I'd go up with her and like get some of those tools out of there. So I was like, okay, what day do you want to do it? And then she texted me and said, oh, we're going to be in Orlando all weekend. I'll figure out a day. So I wanted to go up today, but I'm going up tomorrow since I did nothing today. And once that's done, I will have a whole garage full of tools because I'm not going to let him keep anything that I think is dangerous to him. Especially since we think that he's starting to develop dementia after he had that stroke. Yeah. My family. Oh, let's plan something. Oh, wait. No, never mind. But she did find me my Christmas present that I asked for. Because I want a chiminea. Because I don't want a chimney, and I don't want a regular fire pit. So she found me a chiminea over there. And if it's still there when she goes back. Because she texted me 11 o'clock when she knows I'm asleep. Hey, is this what you're looking for? So I woke up at 3 and I said, yeah. And she called me immediately and says, okay, well, if it's still there when we go back, we'll get it for you. And it's a nice bronze one. It's like a spherical one with the mesh. And it's got the chimney. And it's all bronzed or painted to look like bronze. So that'll be fun. I'll put it out on the patio right there. My biggest plan for that patio is I want to build a brick grill. Hi. You can't see her, but she's right here. Hi. You want to go up and say hi to people? No? Yeah, and she walked away. She's standing by the door. Do you need to... I'll take you out in a second, alright? My dog. My dog. Dog. Dog, dog. I wish I had a wide, I had the camera further back, and it was like a fisheye, so it could take in the entire room. Because whenever you say dog, she looks at you and goes. Oh. Oh. The joy of cracking your neck. So this doctor did a little study, and for 40 years, he only cracked his left hand. Like, he would get it and he would crack it. And he didn't do it to this hand. And he showed that cracking your knuckles did not lead or increase your risk factor of getting arthritis. And I thought that was really cool because since I was a kid, I would crack my knuckles, and people were like, "Don't do that. You'll gnarl your hands. You'll get arthritis. You won't be able to use them. You'll look like what's his name? The guy that played Inline Flint. Anybody ever see Maverick with Mel Gibson? He's the older gentleman with all the white hair, and his hands are just like this. And so he's really just using he can do this, but his hands are constantly like this. And he's like that in any movie he's ever been in after he got older. So his hands are just in that shape. So you see him holding the cards, he's like, it's almost like he's playing video games back in the Old West. Alright, I'm gonna go because I want to go watch a movie, and my friend's here. And she wants to go outside. Night.